What's up, losers? Today I'm back with some more r/fatlogic hijinks. Taking a look at a couple of interesting posts and sharing my responses to them. This is episode 93 in the fatlogic series. And I can't wait to see what the fat activists have got in store for me this time. So without further ado, let's get into it.
So you reach your goal weight. And then what? Welcome to the never-ending quest to keep it that way and not eating cake on your 90th birthday. 'Cause you're still watching your waistline. Yes, folks, that's a real future.
Well, this post is right on one point, and very wrong on another. Yes, it may be true that someone who commits to maintaining a healthy weight will still concern themselves with their weight and the diet at the age of 90. If they're lucky enough to still be around at that point. But no, this does not mean that they will have to skip the cake on the 90th birthday. Because, as I'm sure I've said many times by now, healthy dieting and weight management are not about depriving yourself of any and all enjoyable foods. They are about moderation over a sustained period of time. Regardless of what diet plans somebody might have, and how strictly they might adhere to these plans. Treating themselves on special occasions, like their birthday, is not going to derail their progress, or cancel out the other 364 days of the year. And frankly, the suggestion that this is actually what it's like to live with a more moderate diet is utterly ludicrous. Call me crazy, but I really don't think it's that hard to live with the understanding that sometimes you can afford to indulge yourself, and other times you can't. Like, sure, it might be nice to live in a world where you can stuff your face with cupcakes 20 hours a day, sleep the other 4, and come out of it all fit as a fiddle, and looking great, but that's not the world we live in. And as a compromise, getting to enjoy treat foods a little more sparingly, while maintaining good health and general well-being, doesn't seem so intolerable. It certainly sounds preferable to constantly overeating, becoming obese, trashing my health, and cutting years off my life expectancy. But what would I know? Right?
I don't think losing weight is what you actually want. I know you say that's what you want, but I think it's deeper than that. You're not giving yourself enough credit. You are a deeply complex being, with hopes, and dreams, and problems, and relationships that are equally complex. Do you really think that shrinking your body is the answer to all of that? Think about what you really, truly want in the depths of your soul. How does your life look? How do you feel? How do you show up differently? What is it you're actually looking for? Whatever your answers to those questions are, that is what you want, not weight loss, and whatever that is, it can happen without you losing a single pound. The truth is that you are more than a body. What would it feel like to live in the truth?
Well, this one is a bit of a doozy, isn't it? Like, there's a fair bit of stuff being said, and some of it sounds kinda persuasive, in an elusive, self-help affirmation kind of way. But none of it really amounts to anything, when you consider it on anything more than the most superficial of levels. I mean, to begin with, the poster can say that weight loss is not what people really want as much as they like, but it seems pretty obvious to me that a lot of people really do want to lose weight, and that it's something that's really important to them. Their words, actions, and even financial decisions reflect this. And we have no reason to doubt what appears to be a fairly robust link between people's motivations and their behaviors in this regard. People do lead complex lives, that is certainly true. And losing weight is not going to solve all, or even most, of the problems people might find themselves dealing with at any given point of time. But I fail to see how this is a good reason not to lose weight. Fixing, or even merely alleviating, some problems is surely better than doing nothing at all. And weight loss definitely has the potential to bring about great improvements in someone's health, mobility, quality of life, and self-image. So on the whole, weight loss seems like a pretty positive undertaking to me. Moreover, if we applied a similar standard to other productive activities, as this post is applying to weight loss, nobody would ever do anything. Because nothing is, in and of itself, going to solve all of life's problems. Why go to school and get an education, when being educated isn't going to solve your emotional problems? Why go to work and earn money, when money isn't going to solve your relationship problems? Why go to therapy, when therapy isn't going to solve your financial problems, and so on and so on. In life, there is no single panacea that will fix everything and make all of your troubles disappear. But incremental improvements in one area or another are still worth pursuing, as they each bring you closer to the life you really want, even if they might not get you all the way there. So basically, this point is just asinine. Finally, on the post's bold declaration that you are more than a body. Yeah, no shit. Who said that we weren't? Going on a diet does not mean that someone is reducing themselves to their physical form, or anything like that. It just means that they understand that without a strong, healthy body, our ability to experience life to the fullest is severely inhibited. While posts like this might make it sound tempting to ignore our bodies altogether, this is not going to protect us from the consequences of having an unhealthy body. On the contrary, this kind of neglect of one's own body is only going to bring on more physical issues, and bind you even more tightly to bodily constraints. So if you want to live a life as free of your body and its limitations as possible, the way to do this is by making sure that you maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle. Not by throwing all moderation and good sense to the wind, so that you can indulge in gratuitous binges whenever you feel like it.
But the research, people say, about the supposed health risks of being in a larger body. Guess what? Some studies also associate being tall with living longer. But you don't see society obsessed with making everyone taller. Fat phobia is behind diet culture, not a concern with health.
Wow, there's just so many things wrong in this one, that it's almost impressive. Let's briefly list them out, shall we? First, I'm not sure which studies the post is referring to when it says that tall people live longer. But everything that I've seen suggests the opposite. That shorter people live longer than their taller peers on average. So right off the bat, I don't think the comparison they're using to illustrate their point makes much sense. Second, there's a pretty obvious difference between weight, which can be controlled by reducing food intake and exercising more, and height, which we have basically no control over beyond the provision of adequate nutrition in childhood. Like, if people have no power to change their height regardless, it's not exactly surprising that people don't spend a lot of time talking about making people taller. Because those conversations would be a waste of everyone's time. And third, low-key society is obsessed with height, especially as pertaining to men, to the point that some people even go so far as to get freaky limb lengthening surgeries, just to add on a few inches. So even the idea that weight is that much more of a societal focus than height doesn't really hold up that well. This is kind of incidental to the question of whether dieting is about health or fat phobia, of course. I just wanted to point it out to show, once again, what a poorly selected comparison this is, haha. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you had a good time checking these posts out with me, and hearing me try to make sense of them. What do you think? Will you, if still alive, be eating cake on your 90th birthday? Is losing weight what you really want? Or is it just what you think you want? Does the fact that people mainly talk about weight, rather than height, prove that dieting is not about health? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll throw you a surprise party on your 90th birthday. And when everyone jumps out at you, it will come as such a shock that you'll drop dead right on the spot. And you won't get to enjoy any cake. Just kidding, haha. Anyway, catch you later.